Hello. This video quality gets shittier and shittier each time because my phone sucks. I wanted to, so I know that I did not do this on Tuesday because I was sick and I couldn't do my yearly recap discussion that I wanted to do, and I was gonna do it next week, but then that'd be after the new year, and then I don't know. I've been feeling really reflective tonight. It's my first night alone since COVID. Dad went home, and I've just been spending a lot of time and space just in my own head thinking, and I wanted to talk about 2022. New Year's is tomorrow. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, which is my favorite holiday. And I just really wanted to reflect on this year and just talk about all the different things that have happened this year. I was gonna write everything down, but I don't know, I just didn't get to it. I did write something down that I'll read from. But yeah, 2022 has been a really terrible year. And I don't mean that lightly. From sun up to sundown, this entire year, 365 days, has been bad. I've been able to find some good in the bad, but overall as a whole, it has been a really rough year for me. Probably the worst calendar year of my life, hands down. And I feel so I don't know, I feel so beaten. I feel so torn down, and I feel just so tired, and I just need a break, and I just need some good things to happen. I need luck to turn. I don't know, I need some good, because after the year that I've had, I just need not that. I started off this year very much in the thralls of a brain injury that I didn't really know when I was going to get better from it. I was really mentally not okay, dealing the past 6 months leading up to the beginning of this year. It was bad, it was traumatizing, it was rough, and I didn't know when it would end, and I was still in hell. I was still getting tortured. And so it started with that. It did start with some stomach issues, and shortly after the first of the year, I had to go on an all-liquid diet, and I was really not doing good from that. I physically had no energy. I didn't feel good. My brain was doing really bad from it. And then I had to get my gallbladder taken out. So I started off the new year with not being able to eat food. Because it hurt to digest. I lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks because I wasn't able to eat, and I was miserable. So I had to get a gallbladder taken out while still heavily recovering from a brain injury that was not getting easier. Newsflash, it hasn't gotten easier. And then I just continued to try to get better, and I continued to try to get better, and I started physical therapy, and I had all these little things that I was trying to do, and I was trying so hard to be ready at my 1 year, which was July. I was able to sit through Hairspray, and I spent a good chunk of the year just, again, recovering and sitting in this house and dealing with the nightmare that was. And just going through that, which was torture. Is the way I can describe it. And I tried to find, I started doing this year, and I tried cooking, and I tried to do all these different little things to try to help me and give me some sort of purpose and some sort of structure, but it was really hard. It was really, really hard. I was really struggling. I still am, because I still have a brain injury, but it was a different type of struggle. It was really hard. And then you know, I went to Target for the first time in like May or so, and that was a crazy experience to have to like relearn how to walk in a store and see all the stuff and all the people and like just trying to somewhat function. And then I had my 1-year anniversary, which was a really hard time, but it was a fun celebration, but it was a really, really hard time for me. And I was really, most of the year, I was just trying to get through. I was just trying to make it as best as I could, as best as I knew how. And I had little goals, and I accomplished little goals. And then in August, Dave and I broke up, and that just sent my whole life into a whole other tailspin. Which if you would have told me in July or in January, like, that would happen, I never would have believed you. I never would have believed you that would have happened. If you were to, like, tell January me what December me was up to, she wouldn't have believed you. Like, it would have been crazy. But we broke up. And that sent me into a whole tailspin of shit. And, that was crazy. But I started to like heal with my brain faster. I started to do more things because I was just like, I don't know, I was fed up. Like, I was just like, I have nothing to lose. I have nothing else, you know, I don't know, something snapped in my brain and I just started doing more. And I started going out with friends a little bit, and I relearned how to drive, and I'm driving a little bit, and I decided to apply to graduate schools, and so that, you know, that was a thing. And, you know, it's, I don't know. And then I started to like get a little better. I started to like enjoy life a little bit more, and then I got COVID, and so I haven't been able to enjoy the end of my year. But it's just been a really intense year, and it's really hard. One thing that I've noticed is like my life, I've talked about this, but like I lost everything twice. First time was when I hit my head and kind of dealing with that. And then the second time is when David and I broke up. And it's really hard having your whole life flip upside down twice like that, such a short period of time. And the second time is especially hard because I still hadn't recovered from the first time. I hadn't put the pieces together from the first time, so I was still like living in it. And that's what was so hard, is like, you know, my entire existence, my entire being just restarted. Because like physically I have a different brain. My brain is wired differently. I'm a different person from my brain physically changing due to my injury, and also from trauma and from what I've been through for the past year and a half with the injury. And so from ground up in here, I'm completely different. And so trying to understand who I am, what I like, what I don't like, that is completely brand new. And trying to figure that out, plus figuring out how to like live life again, because I haven't lived life for a year and a half. And if we can even take it back further, I haven't been out in society since before COVID. And I only had like a short, maybe a month or two in between, you know, me graduating and hitting my head of where I was living life. And so figuring that out, that's a whole new thing that's like new. And then having a whole new life, you know, and then having your identity shift, but also my identity shift, but also like this person that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with was no longer in my life. And so literally every single aspect of my life was completely different and completely changed, and had to go from the ground up. And I'm still figuring it out. And like, I don't know, I hear people talk like, oh, how many times do you get to start over? How many chances do you get to, whatever? And it's like, you don't get to do that. It's like, yeah, you do. Sometimes your life really does just start over and complete and deep foundational resets. And that's really hard to cope with, and that's really hard to deal with, and that's happened a lot this year. And it's just been a really intense year, and I am hoping that next year, I'll get into like what I want next year, but I'm hoping next year will be a lot more healing and be a lot more less of a chaotic whirlwind and more of just decompressing and processing this past year and what all has happened, and especially with the brain injury and trying just getting back out into life and figuring out a new normal, a new way to live. It's been a year. I wrote this December 11th, so I've been thinking about this for a while, about 10 lessons that I have learned this year. I want to talk 10-ish, I think. Well, there's probably more than 10, but I want to talk about the 10 lessons that I've learned this year. One is probably the most important, I think, but it's small steps matter. You don't have to do it all at once to see change. And this is something that I have always struggled with, that I still struggle with now. It's like the little day-to-day things that you do really do add up and make a difference and make change. I'm the type of person where if I want change, I want it done now. I want this whole thing revamped. But I've been forced to have patience. I've been forced to have patience with my brain, doing the little things day by day of sitting out in the light for an extra 5 minutes and going on a walk for an extra 2 minutes and doing this, like those things build and add up to get to the point of where you want to get. And I was very frustrated, and I still do get frustrated that I'm not able to do the things that I could be able to do easily. Like, it's little teeny tiny steps that get you towards the end goal. And I'm still struggling with that, but that's a big lesson, is those little steps do matter. Like, even though I'm not seeing the results as fast as I would want to, they do matter. And that's even true like with my mental health and with my emotional well-being, is like the little teeny tiny changes, the little thought processes, the little corrections, all of those will add up to create a healthier habit. Number 2 is you can trust yourself. You can rely on yourself. I've gained, I guess, much more self-confidence, but a lot of self-reassurance that I can do things, I can handle things, I can take care of things, and that I truly do know what's best for me, and I truly do know, what I need. And I've had to be my own advocate physically, and so trusting myself emotionally and mentally, like I can do it. I can depend on myself. Number 3 is one that I'm going to come back to number 3 because it's one that I think I want to change because some things have happened since the last time I wrote this. But number 4 is the only way out is through. This was the motto last year. It's the motto this year. It will always be the motto. The only way out is through. The only way to get out of a situation is to just get through it, then come out on the other side. Number 5, growing and changing hurts, but it's necessary. And that is true. Physically changing hurts, mentally changing hurts, emotionally growing and changing hurts. Everything hurts. But those are growing pains. And, when I do a new activity and my head hurts, it's a growing pain. When I realize something about myself and I work through it and try to process it and it's painful, those are growing pains. But it's necessary to have that hurt, and it's necessary to do that work. Number 6. Why am I crying about reading number 6? You don't deserve the things that have happened to you. Meaning, the things that have happened this past year and a half, like, I didn't deserve them. But they happened, and sometimes things just happen, but it's not my fault. It wasn't like a karma or whatever. Like, I didn't deserve all the shit that was thrown at me. And to be kinder to myself about it. Number 7, which is, I think, may be one of the most important, is healing is a full-time job, and it is a full-time job. I have my job for the past year and a half, especially this year, has been to heal my brain, my body, my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, whatever. And healing is a full-time job. You have to constantly be working at it. And let me tell you, I'm fucking tired because I've been doing it non-stop for so long. But it's what I have to do. It's what I have to do to be better and, you know, to live the life I want to live. But healing, it really is a full-time job. It is a full commitment to do all that. Number 8 is trust the path. This is still something that I struggle with, but it's an important lesson that I've learned is whatever path of life that I'm on, I need to trust it. I need to trust that life will find its way to me and that the universe will make things happen. And I just need to trust the direction that I'm walking in, and trust myself to know that it's the right direction, but trust, just be on the path, trust the path, and let everything else work itself out. And just have faith that I am where I need to be. Number 9 is you have to believe in yourself, which is true. I learned that I have to believe in my abilities. I have to believe in my capabilities. I have to believe in my dreams. I have to believe in my goals. I have to believe in my desires. Like, you have to believe in yourself in order to make those things happen. You have to genuinely be a fan of yourself. You have to genuinely love yourself. You have to genuinely, like, be supportive of everything you do. Or else it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. Number 10, I learned you are so much stronger than you ever could have imagined. And boy, is that true. I hate it. I hate this because it's also like, I didn't need to be taught that I was strong. Like, I knew I was strong. I didn't need this weight. Just because I can carry it doesn't mean I should, you know, that type of thing. And that's a cop out. It's like, oh, you're so strong. It's like, it's hard. But there is a sort of resilience that I've gained when going through all the stuff that I've been through. And it's a sort of like confidence of like, yeah, I can handle things. I can do things. I hate that I didn't have to learn that I could do things in this way, but it's the way that it happened, and you know, I'm a lot stronger than I ever could have thought. 11. It is okay to depend on people. If they let you down, it's not your fault. And what I mean by that is like, it's okay to depend on people. It's okay to look for people for help. It's okay to ask for help. And if they don't follow through, or if they let you down, or if they just exit the situation, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't depend on people. That just means that that person wasn't capable of handling it. And in my protective, defensive brain, it's like, okay, I can never depend on anyone. I need to be completely independent. But I've learned over this past year and a half that no, like, you need people. I need people. I need to be able to depend on people to help me because I can't do everything on my own. I wasn't able to do anything on my own. And that goes for other things. And so if someone proves or shows that they're not dependable, it's just the wrong person to ask. And, you know, maybe they can help in some other ways or whatever, but it wasn't my fault for depending on them. It was their, you know, inability. 12 is you are worth your wildest dreams and expectations, which is true. The most far-fetched, wildest dream that you can think of, or the life that you want to live, but you're like, oh, I'll never get that. No, you're worth that. And you shouldn't settle for anything less than that. Why? Why would you? You want to live in a brownstone in New York? Okay. What do you need to do? What do you need to do to live in the brownstone in New York? Work for it. You know, like, you're worth your wildest dreams and expectations. You don't have to settle for anything. You don't have to settle for any life that you don't want. If I'm proof of anything, I'm proof that your life can literally fall apart at any moment. So you might as well, like, try to build and live the life that you truly want, and you are worth your wild. I know deep in my soul that I'm going to achieve all of my wildest dreams and expectations, and they're going to be met. And that's so nice to know that. And I know that because I'm worth it. It started off as like, oh, I better get these things because of all that I've been through. But even if I hadn't been through the things I've been through, that just me inherently, I'm worth all those things. And I shouldn't get less. Why would I? 13 is own up to your shit. That's not what I wrote, but that's kind of summarizing what I wrote. Is own up to your shit. Meaning you have to be really honest with yourself and your feelings and your struggles and how sometimes you can be the bad guy, how you have negative aspects, and it's really easy to blame other people and point out other people's problems and other people's bullshit and what they should be better at. But it's really hard to take that and look at yourself and what you could be better at. And so you have to own up to it. You have to own up to it and face it and accept it and love it and love that part of you in order to move through it and to heal from it and to be better at it. And the important part there is love it, because if you sit there and you're just like, oh, I hate this part of myself, it's awful, it's terrible, it's whatever, it's just bashing it and it's not healing it. It's not like working through it and thinking different pathways. You're just berating it. So you have to just like, one, have the acknowledgement that you're that way, which takes a lot, but then you have to accept it, still love that part of yourself and love this thing in order to move through it and move past it and move on to something else. And I had a big moment of this, and it's something that I'm still moving through, but it was really hard to be like, wow, this way that I really didn't want to be, that I didn't think I was, that I tried so hard not to be, I am. And that was really, and I didn't move in the healthiest way. It's hard to accept that. It's hard to face that. The one that I skipped, I had a different one to say instead of the one that I skipped, but I don't remember what it was. The one that I skipped was, you can't take everyone with you. Which is true. I still believe that. You can't take everyone with you as you move through life, as you move on to the next thing. But I think sometimes I would like to hope that maybe you could have different versions of someone. And one version you can't take with you, but maybe another one you can. I don't know. So those are the 10-ish lessons that I've learned. I started the beginning of this year with all of my organs, with a very, very, very broken brain, in a relationship, still in these four walls, and didn't leave ever. Really unsure about the future, and just barely hanging on. And now I'm ending this year unsure about the future and barely hanging on. And I have one less organ. I have COVID, or I'm recovering from COVID. My brain is better. It's still broken, but it's better, and I'm working on it. I have applied to grad schools. I've applied to some grad schools that I never thought I'd ever apply to. And I think I have a shot of getting in. Which is crazy, and I'm on a path that I didn't really see myself ever going down. I'm ending this year single. I am not in a relationship. I am ending this year a completely different version. I don't know, and again, it's hard to tell if it's trauma or if it's my actual brain rewiring or what it is, but I feel like a completely different person. And I hope that I move in this world and act in a way that shows that. And it's not just me in my own head being like, oh, you're different, you're different. I hope I'm actually embracing that. I'd like to think that I am. But, you know, and I know there's still so much room for me to grow, and there's still so much room for me to learn, and I welcome that, and I want that. And I'm just trying to operate from a place of healing. And I'm just trying to operate from a place of, I've been through so much, and I've had such a shitty year. How can I make it up to her? How can I make it up to the me of this year? How can I finally be able to take the steps and live the life that I have always wanted to live? And I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to make decisions that align with that. And again, if that might not happen this year. It just depends on my brain. It depends on a whole bunch of other things. But I have this very clear vision of myself, and I know I can get it. I know that it's mine. I know that it's going to be mine. It's just taking the steps towards there. And I'm trying to work towards a life that I don't recognize, because I've been living the same life for so long. And when I mean the same life, I literally mean the exact same life. Like, it hasn't, you know, I've changed a lot, but I've been in this house for almost 3 years now because of COVID and then brain injury. And I haven't had a job. I haven't made new friends. I made a few new friends, but I haven't really made new friends, and I've just been doing the same things for so long, and I'm so tired of it. And so my hope for 2023 is that I continue to heal, I continue to learn, I continue to grow, I continue to figure out parts of myself and explore parts of myself and become a more evolved version of me. I hope that I get into Columbia, hope I get into grad school, and my brain is ready and I'm able to move and start that journey. But if not, that's okay. I have other plans lined up. I hope that I'm able to continue to heal my brain and get my brain at 100%. Back to what it needs to do. I hope I'm able to continue to do that. I hope I'm continuing to spend time with Nala. She's asleep on the couch. I hope in 2023 I'm able to have more fun. I didn't have fun this year. I didn't have fun this year. And I hope in 2023 I'm able to have more fun and just genuinely enjoy myself more and just enjoy life. And be able to like sit back and say, wow, I'm actually happy with life right now. I hope I'm able to say that in 2023 at some time. I hope I'm able to find independence, but also like love myself more and embrace myself more. I hope I'm able to trust myself more. I hope I'm able to have new experiences and new opportunities and meet new people and do things that are not normal. And I hope I'm able to travel some, maybe. I hope I'm able to really reshape my life in a big way. I'm hoping I get to do all that. The things that I really want for next year are I really want a community of people. I really want to be around people and create bonds and create connections. And I also want to continue to put the effort and the love into me and heal and grow. And again, I just want to have fun. That's all I want for 2023 is just to have genuine fun. Yeah. Whenever I wrote this, like the 10 lessons that I learned, I was in a completely different headspace than what I am today. Today's the 30th. This is the 11th. So, yeah. Life's crazy. The way this year is ending is not at all the way that I thought it would end. Not even from the 11th. But yeah, 2022, you were god awful. I never want to relive you. I've learned a lot, but I didn't need to go through all this to learn all that. I truly believe that I didn't. but I'm taking the lessons you have given me and I'm turning into something better. And yeah, 2023, please be kinder. Please be kinder and more fun and softer and more loving and nicer to me than 2022 was, because I don't know if I can survive another year like this. Alrighty, well, Happy New Year. I know it's not New Year's, but today, it'll be tomorrow. But yeah, I hope everyone had a better 2022 than me. And I hope that you have a good 2023, like me. I hope everyone has a good 2023. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed. I want you to show Nala. Look, she's so cute. Look at her. Okay, well, goodbye.